Oh shit, it's me. It's that boy. Well, if you haven't known, I've been to Japan twice now. Once in 2018 and once in 2019. Both of them really good times. In 2018, I went to Japan to really see the country. And I've seen a lot of cities. I've seen Hiroshima, I've seen Kyoto, Osaka, Koyo-san, I believe that's what his name, and Tokyo. And it was really, they're all really interesting cities, but I was only there for a very short amount of time. But then I came back in 2019, and I only stayed in Tokyo. At first, I was against Tokyo because just so mainstream, just so many people there, so many tourists. You know, I didn't want to be around that. I wanted to be around more Japanese culture, but I had to choose Tokyo because it was the only place that had the language school that I was attending to. Tokyo is a good place for me to start. I'm glad I chose Tokyo because I've met so many awesome people in Tokyo, and most of them don't speak any English, but that's okay. It just motivates me to learn even more. I want to learn, and I want to get to make more friends. I want to go over that language barrier. And not just the Japanese people, everybody I met there was awesome. I made so many friends. Yeah, the ones that spoke English, I obviously was able to get along with them better. Now, granted, when I was there, I didn't care about the language barrier anyway. If you couldn't speak any English, that didn't matter to me because, believe it or not, I can speak pretty good Japanese when it comes to asking about your breakfast. I don't know why, but I can get down to the very detail when it comes to the breakfast. And that's how I made friends, just talking about people's breakfast. What they have for breakfast. Was it good? How'd you cook it? You know? I don't know why, but yeah. And that made me a lot of friends. They are so awesome and such nice people. Now, I know not every single Japanese person is a good person. There are some bad people. I know that. But the ones I met, every single one I met, that I sat with and talked to, they're all great people. And I really want to improve my language. So I told myself, I'm going to come back. I'm definitely going to come back. And I wasn't too sure for how long, because let's say I learn Japanese. I can speak it fluently. Well, then what? What can I do? That was a question that always stumped me. What are you going to do after you learn Japanese? And I didn't know. But I always try to find a way around. You know, what could I do? I always try to find out what can I do if I can speak fluent Japanese. Nothing really popped up for me but the word bachelor's degree. And I always kept running into that problem. Bachelor's degree, bachelor's degree. I hate that word. Because there's this program in Japan where you could literally have any bachelor's degree. It could be in sound engineering. They don't care. As long as you have a bachelor's degree, they'll hire you and you go be an assistant teacher, and it's good enough money for you to live in Japan. So that was my goal. I wanted to do that, but I didn't want to be in America for 4 more years. I just don't want to get my bachelor's degree here in America. So I thought to myself, what could I do? Well, believe it or not, at first I told myself I'm going to try American college and I'm going to get through all this so I can go to Japan and live there. So I was doing the general classes and going through them. Then I had math class. I obviously struggled with math class. I'm not the best at math, as you know. But that's why I hired a tutor. And he was telling me, he's like, so what do you want to do? I said, I want to move to Japan. He said, oh, okay, well, that's a pretty good goal. So what's a bachelor's degree have to do with it? I said, well, it's how I can move there. He's like, so the only reason you're getting a bachelor's degree is so you can move to Japan. I said, yes. He said, do you know what kind of bachelor's degree? I said, no, not really. Just want to get my journals done. So he sat there and he looked at me. He said, you know, why don't you just get a bachelor's degree in Japan? Something so simple, right there in front of my face the whole time. I thought about it. I said, why can't I? So I looked it up. I'm doing research on it, and it's totally possible. And I don't have to get a bachelor's degree. I can get a certificate. I've always wanted to be a teacher. I never really told anybody that because I never thought I was gonna make it happen because, you know, the whole bachelor's degree, 4 years, I don't want to do that. But I can go to Japan, learn Japanese, and get a certificate. That's something I really want to do. And this is the most motivation I have. This is something I'm working towards. I just want to do this so badly. I haven't been this happy in a long time. When I was in Japan, I was the happiest I ever was, and I just can't find that here in America. You may ask, what do your parents think about this? Well, I told my mom my plan. She's pretty supportive of it. Now, what does my dad think about this? I haven't told him yet as of right now, and I'm not too sure what he'll say, because I have a golden opportunity in life. I do. I literally have my future laid out for me, and I am set, but I can't see myself doing my current job for the rest of my life. Now, I'm thankful for what my dad has done. He worked hard to have a good future for his family, and I'm thankful for that. I really am. I know that not a lot of people grew up like me. I know that. I understand. Trust me, everybody reminds me at least once a day. But I just can't see myself working here for the rest of my life. Now, if I had a family here, a wife and kids, then yes, I would definitely stay here for them. Like, keep my job, you know, just so I could support them. But that's not the case. So I'm going to try it. I'm going to stay in Japan and study Japanese at a language school. I'm going to try it. And if it all fails, I can at least say I tried. And I know that I'm always welcome back to my job. Now, I probably won't have the same position I had, but that's all right. I'm more satisfied with me looking back and saying I at least tried. Because if I keep thinking about it, it just keep on being a dream. I don't want it to become a dream. So that's why I'm always going to call it a goal. Because a goal is something I will achieve. A friend of mine asked me, she said, now that you're coming back to America, what do you think of it compared to Japan? That's a question I still can't answer. But here's an honorable mention. For all people who I met, my wonderful experience, you bet your ass I'm coming back in 2021 for 2 years. Thank you for watching.
Back over this way. Okay.